What is a temporary order hearing? Hi, my name is Carl Birkhead. I'm an attorney with Wirth Law Office in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been practicing family and criminal law for almost 8 years now, and I want to help you make law easy by just talking a little bit about what a temporary order hearing is, specifically in instances of family law cases like paternity and divorce. So, a temporary order hearing is something that gets set relatively early on after you've filed for a divorce or for a paternity case. Here in Tulsa County, it gets set a little bit farther out than some other counties, though, because there's a couple of other steps that have to be completed first. There's a couple of videos that have to be watched. Attestation forms need to be filed. You need to go to a parenting plan conference, and at that point, if there's just not any chance of reaching some sort of an agreement for a temporary order, then we set it for hearing. So at a TOH, or a temporary orders hearing, we're basically trying to figure out what court orders are going to be in effect while your case is pending. So, and again, we're talking about divorce and paternity cases. So we're talking about, who's going to have custody of the children while the case is pending. What's visitation going to look like? What's child support going to look like? In cases of divorce, are we looking at? We're going to be talking about property split, debt split. Is there any need or ability to pay for alimony, temporary alimony or temporary spousal support? These are the things that we're going to be figuring out for the temporary orders hearing, just so you have something to go off of, and you, quite frankly, I mean, you've got, an order to operate off of, and some guidelines to follow while the case is pending. Why is this important? This is important because these cases don't wrap up very quickly. At a minimum, you have to wait 90 days for a divorce with minor children before it can be finalized. So that's 3 months that you could be just left sitting with no operable orders to guide you and assist you for how to behave, who gets the children when, what's visitation look like, who's supposed to be paying for what. Those types of things are questions that definitely need to be answered while the case is going on. Otherwise, it's just going to cause more fights between you and the person that you're trying to either get a custody order with or trying to divorce. So I tell my clients this. It's basically like you're taking an order for a test drive. You're setting up, this next stage of your life, this stage where you're not going to be together with your co-parent, and the TOH is just giving you an idea to test out what that's going to look like. Is joint custody feasible? Is a week on, week off schedule going to work? How do you like how this works, and how this looks, and how this plays out in your day-to-day life? And it's great because from the TOH, you can then go back to your attorney and say, hey, I like this. I don't like this. Can we tweak this? This hasn't really been working out for us. Give your attorney that feedback and that input, and that helps us figure out what's going to be best for you as far as like getting it finalized, getting you a final paternity order, getting you a final divorce decree. At the TOH stage, it gives you the ability to figure out what you do like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work, so that way you know what to push for in your final hearing without having to go and reinvent the wheel. If you have questions about this, or if you're at the TOH stage and you're not sure what to do, definitely give me a call. I'll sit down with you. We'll chat about the pros and cons of your case and figure out how best to move forward. My name is Carl Birkhead. I'm an attorney with Wirth Law Office, and I want to help you make law easy. Thank you.